What is opening day to me? Opening day to me is the drop dead day. I'm a perfectionist when it comes to my setups, my tree stands, my entries, my exits to those stands, and opening day is the day that all that stuff better be done, because if it's not, I'm not going to be a happy camper. Opening day to me is about being prepared and ready for the season. Even if I don't hunt until October, I'm going to be ready. So that's what opening day means to me.
At Whitetails Inc., we do all the work and don't hunt with outfitters or guides on huge pieces of managed property.
We're do-it-yourselfers just like you.
Some call us crazy, and honestly, we may be a little psycho.
We document our hunts on camera, enjoying the outdoors as much as the kill.
We have extremely high standards and only compete with ourselves.
The only thing that makes us special is our level of dedication.
We may not have all our fingers, but we more than make up for that with our sweet mustaches.
Welcome to Whitetails Inc.
This episode of Whitetails Inc. is brought to you by
Wicked Tree Gear,
Ozonics, scent elimination that works.
White Knuckle Productions,
Vortex Optics,
Epic Broadheads, Monster X Mineral, Lone Wolf Tree Stands,
Stick and Pick Trail Camera Mounting System,
Tenzing Outdoors,
Arborware,
and Covert Trail Cameras.
Been real slow up here. I actually probably wouldn't even be hunting up here if I wasn't working right down the road, so taking advantage of the fact that I'm working up here. I don't know, usually we get something big in here, but there's nothing living here that's big this year that we've gotten pictures of. Pictures of that half rack. If he had both sides and they matched, he'd actually be a pretty nice buck, but still not a shooter, even if he did have both sides. It's the first time I've ever put in a food plot, or had anything to do with putting in a food plot. Safe to say the food plot works. The first time I've ever hunted over one for sure, so it's kind of cool. Makes it worth it. A lot of hard work goes into a food plot. When you get deer coming in like that, it's kind of neat. I've seen 3 bucks this morning. The first one was 1.5 years. He's just walking out in the CRP. And all of my running late and everything, I left my grunt call in the truck. So I just doe bleeded at it just to see what it would do, and it turned and came right up here. And I was sitting here for a little while, and I looked out in the CRP, and I could see a buck running around out there. Looked like it was a pretty nice one. I Shane Wiest at it just to try to get it to stop, and it actually ended up coming out into the opening and stop. Ended up being, I think he was a 3.5 with a broken G3. Anyway, while I was looking at him, I heard something to my right, and another little 1.5 years came in. I suppose he probably heard me bleeding and snort wheezing or something. Now it's go time. 15, 16 hours away from the massacre. The Blaze Orange massacre. I got one last chance at getting this thing done before it all goes to crap. First off, I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, man, that guy looks good in Blaze Orange. And, I mean, it's true, I really do, but muzzleloader season is going right now here in Wisconsin. I'm out with a bow again, hunting the lease. Nobody's been in here since I was in here opening morning of gun season, and I only sat for a couple hours and snuck out, so there's been no pressure on our property whatsoever. Sitting on the one of our other food plots tonight. We've only sat here on one night hunt, and I should have shot one that night and chose not to. Tonight I'm not going to choose not to. If a doe comes through, we're basically doe hunting. We've got south winds. It's like it's supposed to be in the almost 50 or in the 50s today or something. I don't know what it is right now. It's in the almost 40, I suppose. So I've decided that I'm going to start a petition to try to legalize the use of grenades to harvest sandhill cranes. I think I could probably limit out today if they had a season. Finally got some late season weather to kind of roll in a little bit. We got a couple inches of snow on Sunday. It's now Tuesday. The temperatures are in the teens this morning. It's pretty cold out. So yeah, like I said, we finally got some pretty decent weather. I'm working not too far from here. I'm out in suburbia today. We're working, I don't know, probably 10 minutes from here, not even 10 minutes from here. So I decided to sneak out this morning and see if I could get lucky and see something. It's really crappy out today. Mother Nature forgot what winter was again this year. And it's like in the 40s and raining. Back out on the property that Slimer lives on, or has come through at any point, or at some point anyway. I got pictures of another real nice big 9-pointer, big long brow tines. I let my 5-year-old name him, and he gave him the name the King of the Forest. Thought that was kind of funny, so anyway, I'm after either Slimer or the King of the Forest. I've got basically just a few more hunts left. The season closes on Sunday night. Obviously, I'm always trying to shoot a big buck, but really at this point, I'm just after a doe. I shot at the doe. When I pulled the trigger on my release, the arrow didn't go off. My release was frozen or something. So eventually the arrow went off. So I was all mad. Missed an absolute chip shot. And I look up, and I could see more deer coming. And it was a doe and a buck. And it's a buck that I want to kill really bad because it's an old deer. And he's a piece of junk. He's real short-tined. It's just a deer that needs to die. I named him Chester. And the same thing happened. Like a 12-yard shot. And I pull the trigger on my release and nothing happens. So I sit there with my pin on it for a while. And then eventually I go to let down, and of course when I let down, that thing lets go. So I missed him. He didn't have a clue. Brutal. I'm so mad right now. He's down here with the doe that he was with. They're still in this woods down here. I got more deer coming, I can see. I'm not shooting at anything else with my release being frozen. I don't know what the heck's going on. Back in the same tree I was in last night. Hopefully we'll have a repeat of last night. Get some deer in here close again, and maybe this time I'll make it count. I think I got my release issue worked out. So, at least I hope so anyway. Did what I was set out to do. I got a deer with my brother's bow. Well, I said that when I found out I was going to get it, got my brother's, after my brother's funeral at the luncheon, I told everybody that I was going to do something with that bow that he had never done before. And that was kill a deer with it. Really prioritizes things when you lose someone that important to you. And after all the crap I've gone through, it's just been an awful year. Last night, I finally get an opportunity and have my release lock up on me twice. The one buck I was really truly after. Second to last day of the season. I got a few more minutes of light left. I don't see anything coming, but you never know. Things can happen fast, so I better buckle down and stay on my toes here. Thank you, God. Alright, well, it's the morning after. We're going to look for that doe. I got my buddy, my oldest son, Hunter, with me. He's going to take up the track job. Stands up here. Doe is standing right about where I'm sitting right now. So, all right, go ahead, buddy. Hey, Hunter, just go slow there. Don't run. Okay. Hey, Hunter. I don't think the arrow came out yet. Did you see it?
I didn't see it.
When I watched the video back, even before I watched the video, I knew I hit it perfect.
Dad,
so
this is awesome.
You did awesome. That's what's awesome, buddy. You followed that. Yeah, we got to tag it up and take some pictures, and then we're gonna head it back to the truck. Hey, buddy, look at me. Found it out. Nice. I got Flynn out here with me today, and I told him, I said, I asked him if he'd come with. I told him I got a lot of stuff I got to do, and of course, him being the person that he is, agreed to come along and help. And I told him, I said, well, we're going to definitely be looking for some bones. We've been scattering around, looking all over the place, and I was coming across this little thicket here, and I looked over to my right, and I see tine sticking up, and I'm like, bone! And it's big. I haven't gone over to pick it up yet. And it looks like what we were talking to, it looks like it might have been there for a while because it's pretty well covered in snow.
giant.
I have no clue what deer that is, dude. It looks, I'd be honest with you, it looks like the shed that my son found the buck last year. It looks like this year's. I'll have to look at that shed. It does. It looks a ton like that. The one that my son found last year. Dude, that's like.
That's a giant 8.
That's a
That's
mid-60s.
a giant 4-point side.
What do you think of that?
Right there. That is huge.
Bam!
That is huge. That's been there for a while too. Look how dark that.
Yeah, this one was shed
Early shed. I think 4.5.
Yeah, that's a 4-year-old for sure. It's got to be. Time length.
How long do you think that main beam is? God, that wraps forever.
Yeah, it's pretty long. I bet you it's got to be 2 foot, I bet.
Uh-huh. He's got that cool little hook there at the end.
Yeah, we got to take a good picture of this and burn it up. I got to send that to a bunch of people.
That's fantastic.
That's awesome.
I was introduced to Epic Broadheads 2 years ago when I met the owners at the Eastern Sports Show, and honestly, at first glimpse, I figured it was just another gimmick broadhead design. They were kind enough to provide me with some samples to test, and man, am I glad I took a chance on them. Over the past year, our team have shot, tested, and killed dozens of turkeys and whitetails with them, all with the same result: short and gruesome blood trails. What makes Epic Broadheads different is their patented flight design. They are the only company in the world that have 0 blades exposed during aeroflight, which guarantees the best broadhead aeroflight, period. The beauty of their design is that you don't have to give up cutting diameter, strength, or reliability to achieve this perfect aeroflight. The Epic head is 100 grains, has a 1 3/4 inch cut, and is a 3-bladed broadhead that is quite simply the best broadhead design I've ever seen or used. Upon impact, the outer flange forces all 3 blades out simultaneously and regardless of shot angle. Another key aspect of Epic's design is that at the time of deployment, the outer flange captures the top of your arrow and has a solid metal interior. That equates to the strongest mechanical head on the market. With too many features to mention in this ad, do yourself a favor and shoot an Epic. You'll thank me for it later. To learn more about this incredible broadhead, visit their website at epichunting.com.